Okay, guys, we're going to be looking at, don't look at the Novisor and Among Us, whatever.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Among Us video. And in this video, we will be covering the legend of Novisor. A few days ago, a creator by the name of GameTombs posted a video on this mysterious player. I actually managed to encounter Novisor, and I'm here to tell you what I witnessed. And before we get any further into this video, I do want to mention that 70% of you have not hit that subscribe button, which means that you're missing out on Among Us Darkest Secrets. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button with all post notifications turned on, and drop a like on this video if you do enjoy. But now let's begin with my encounter with Novisor, the player without a face. So my first encounter with Novisor, I was just playing a regular match of Scaled. I joined a public lobby and I saw that there was a player by the name of Novisor. I've heard a lot of people talk about this user, so I stayed in the game to see if he would do anything. I saw that someone left a message in the chat, so I clicked on it, and Novisor said Novisor. The match was about to start, but I was kicked off. I didn't have any internet issues, so I wonder why I was kicked off, but that wasn't my only encounter with him. When I was kicked out of the last lobby, I started up my own match, and I was actually playing with a few of my subscribers, who randomly found me when I started up a public lobby. I didn't notice at first, but Novisor was in my game once again. My subscribers were asking me in the chat if I was recording, and I let them know that I was just playing some Among Us. And that is when one of Arislor's accounts left a message in the chat. He said, gathering your IP addresses. This lobby has been hacked. I have already encountered Arislora several times, so it didn't really bother me. And this mysterious player said Novisor. That is strange. I then asked in the chat, who is this Novisor person? This player was already following me in several matches, so I was wondering if anyone knew who he was. Nobody answered my question, so I started the game. When I spawned in, I just went to go do my tasks like a regular crewmate, hoping this game was not actually hacked like Arislora said. When I finished doing one of my wires in storage, I wanted to check in the cafeteria if Novisor was standing there. He wasn't moving, so I stared at him for a few seconds to see if I could get his attention. He was not moving, so I went to go do my wires and navigation. As I was about to check the admin table, Lime called a meeting. In the chat, Novisor said Novisor. Why does he keep saying his name? This is getting really creepy. Nobody was really talking in the meeting, so nobody was ejected. When I spawned in, I went to go do a wire, and I saw Novisor once again just standing there, from the corner of my eye. I wanted to ignore him this round since he was just being annoying, so I went to go do my task. While I was in electrical, I started to hear someone say Novisor. And if you play Among Us, you know that voice chats don't exist. So I was walking around really confused. I heard the noise coming from communication, so I made my way over there. But when I walked in, I saw no one. I heard the voice again coming from the right side of the map. I checked O2 and saw nothing. So this voice must have been coming from navigation. I then walked into navigation and I saw Novisor. Why was he standing above the vent? Was he the imposter? And why wasn't he in the cafeteria? I'm gonna have to keep an eye on him. I walked out of navigation and made my way over to weapons, and I saw Noah doing asteroids. I stayed with him for a little bit just because I knew I could trust him. When Noah finished his asteroids, I started to hear the voice once again. Me and Noah heard the noise, so we walked into navigation together, and Novisor was nowhere to be seen. He was just there a second ago. Where did he go? A few minutes had passed and I was doing a few tasks in admin, and I started to hear the voice once again. It was coming from communications. At this point, I was getting really irritated. Me and Orange made our way over to communications and no one was in there. And I heard the voice coming from navigation once again. And when we walked in, we saw Novisor standing above the vent. He randomly disappeared last time, and he appeared in the same location once again. At this point, I was starting to realize that maybe Novisor was an imposter, or was he just a ghost? I guess we'll find out soon. As I was checking the admin table, communications was sabotaged. I made my way over to communications to fix it, but I saw a bunch of crewmates doing it already. When I walked out of communications, I started to hear the voice once again, but this time it was coming from the left side of the map. As I was making my way to the left side of the map, I could hear the voice coming from electrical. When I walked in with a few crewmates, we saw Novisor standing in the corner. Why does he keep doing this? I left electrical and I went around the map to see if I could catch him once again. As I was in security, I could hear the voice. I ran out of security and I made my way into electrical. I walked in and saw Novisor in the same spot that he was before. Parents are talking a lot about this on social media. Creepy smile. My game began to glitch, and the room got darker and darker, and everything shut off. When I reopened my game for the second time, I wanted to see if I could spot Novisor again, in the same location that I saw him a few seconds ago. I spawned into my free play match, and I made my way over to communications. But as I was walking there, my game had a weird glitch effect, almost as if someone hacked my game. I slowly walked into communications, and when I walked in, I saw Novisor's ghost. But in the last match, he was still alive. Why did he randomly turn into a ghost? As I was trying to process what I was witnessing, Novisor's ghost started to get closer and closer to me. And as he was getting closer and closer, my game began to glitch, and the room began to get darker and darker. When his ghost touched my body, my game shut off. If you would like me to continue the story of
Okay, that's the
Novisor,
end.
let's